Today we are going to be doing some blow art. We're going to make Japanese style cherry trees using some watered down black acrylic paint as well as just normal pink paint for the blossoms. You're also going to need a straw and a paintbrush. So the first thing you're going to do is just take your straw, put your finger on one end of it, and dip it into the paint. So watch how I dip it in the paint, put my finger on the top so it'll kind of suck in some of the paint into the tip. Then I'm going to place a blob of paint on my page. We're going to do this in the bottom left-hand corner of our page. You don't want too much paint. Spread it out a little bit just to get it kind of moving in the right direction that you want it to go. You're then going to blow on the end of your straw and push out all that extra paint. If you don't clean your straw out and there's still some paint in the bottom, it's going to explode when you try to make your tree. So make sure you've blown it all out into your cup so that when you try to push your tree up, it's going to make just one clean line and there's not going to be any splatter coming out the bottom of your straw. The idea now is to just try to make as many branches for your cherry tree as you can. Try and look for areas in that first one line that you've made that have a lot of built up paint in them, and you can then blow on that area, pushing that one kind of stream of paint as far as it'll take you. Sometimes it helps to add a little bit more paint into a spot where you'd like to create an extra branch. So you can see I kind of did that blob trick and then remembered to blow the paint out of the straw before blowing to make another branch where there really wasn't a lot of paint to begin with. You can also use the straw to kind of brush the starting of a branch. And once you get that branch started, you can then start blowing and stretch it out. You're then going to just keep on adding branches until you're happy with the shape of your tree. Remember that it's really easy to use the straw to start the direction that the branches are going in. Sometimes when you're blowing on the paint, it's just going to want to keep going in that first direction that it went in. But if you use the straw to just start that other direction, that new branch, and then blow from there, you'll find it a lot easier to make your branches. Next thing we're going to do is draw the Japanese symbol for spring, because this piece of art is to celebrate the coming of spring, and that's when the cherry blossoms come out. So you're going to start off by kind of drawing an A. So see how it looks like an A, but where the right-hand side's a little bit longer, and the line that cuts through the middle goes a little further on each side than an A typically does. And then you're going to draw another cross through those two lines on the top, and a third one way up above. You're then going to draw a bit of a box shape underneath that also has a line through it. So it's sort of like an A with 3 lines through it on top of a box with a line through it. So now you're just going to take out your paintbrush and dip it in your pink paint and create some cherry blossoms around your tree. So just make them sort of round blobs. They can be kind of messy, you don't want them to be perfect circles. So if your brush is kind of dry, it'll give that nice blob texture to it. And you're not going to want to put them all just on the branches, kind of have them floating in the air as well. And you can put on as many as you want until it has the look that you're looking for. And the last thing you'll do is give your art a nice border. So you're going to take a glue stick and make sure you fill in all the corners and the sides, and then put the piece in the center of a black piece of paper, and there it's done.